Dear students, today our topic is understanding environment. First of all, I will tell you human beings are surrounded by many conditions which are affecting them directly or indirectly. So the surroundings of man is called his environment. Okay, and the environment can be defined as the sum total of all the physical and biotic conditions which influences the responses of our organisms. Okay, and there are different types of environment. In that, I will tell you there are physical environment, biological environment, social environment is included at that. When we move towards the physical environment, there I will tell you that has three main components: atmosphere is there, hydrosphere is there, and lithosphere is included in that. Okay, after that, when we move towards the atmosphere, here I will tell you that that is the gaseous cover which envelops the hydrosphere and lithosphere. Okay, after that we have hydrosphere. In hydrosphere, I will tell you that all the water components of global environment constitute hydrosphere. After that, we have another one which we called as lithosphere. Lithosphere, here I will tell you that it means raw materials present on the surface of the earth, which provides minerals and soil for the development of plants, animals, and microorganisms. Okay, and there are different components of environment. I'll tell you that as far as the components of environment are concerned, in that we have abiotic components and biotic components. Abiotic components में मैं आप लोगों को बताऊंगी. These are the components of environment which are lifeless. That is why they are known as abiotic components. And these abiotic components are responsible for the continuity of all types of lives on Earth. Here I will tell you rain, energy, and radiation, temperature, wind, and flowing water are the physical lifeless components of environment. Okay, amongst the chemical lifeless components, oxygen, acidity, carbon dioxide, light are included. Okay, after that we move towards the biotic components. Here I will tell you that these includes living components like microorganisms जिनको कि हम decomposers बोलते हैं, plants जिनको कि हम producers बोलते हैं, and all the animals including man. Here I will tell you that mass and energy play a decisive role for the formation and decomposition of biotic components. And here I will tell you sun is the chief source of energy, and the resources on the earth play their role for providing the matter or mass. Okay, here we will move towards the here I will tell you that as far as the importance of environmental sciences studies are concerned, environmental studies is the study of interaction between the physical, chemical, and biological components of the environment. And I will tell you here, as far as the environmental studies are concerned, that provides an integrated, qualitative, and interdisciplinary approach to the study of environmental system. And it is said that environmental scientists monitor the quality of environment and interpret the impact of human activity, human action on terrestrial and aquatic habitats. And here I will tell you environmental studies is an interdisciplinary science, okay, which depends upon a variety of disciplines such as physics is there, chemistry, biology, mathematics, economics, genetics, horticulture, that is all included in that. And with the aid of the study of these disciplines, one can easily understand the scope of environmental studies. Okay, and I'll tell you here, as far as the importances of environmental studies are concerned, it is said that in environmental studies, large number of disciplines are included. And through this study, one can get basic as well as advanced knowledge of various disciplines covered in these studies. Once more, I will tell you, in environmental studies, large number of disciplines are included. Okay, and through this study, one can get basic as well as advanced knowledge of various disciplines covered in the studies. And the interdisciplinary approach to ecology consequently have given rise to the different subdivisions of ecology, in which we have ecological genetics is there, ecophysiology is there, chemical ecology is there, pedology is there, ecogeography is included in that, and one of them is ecoenergetics is also included in that. Okay, first of all, we move towards the ecological genetics. I'll tell you what is that. Here I will tell you this study deals with the kind of genetic plasticity in case of every organism. And the organism that are favored in a particular environment can survive, otherwise not. And here I will tell you that the branch of ecology dealing with the genetics in relation to ecology, that is known as ecological genetics. Once more I will tell you here, it is said that the branch of ecology dealing with the genetics in relation to ecology, that is known as ecological genetics. Okay, after that we have another one which we called as ecophysiology. Ecophysiology में मैं आप लोगों को बताऊंगी कि this study deals with the factors of environment that had effect on the functional and biological aspects of organisms. Okay, once more I will tell you, when we move towards the ecophysiology, here I will tell you this study deals with the factors of environment that had effects on the functional and biological aspects of organisms. Okay, after that we have another point which we call as chemical ecology. इसमें मैं आप लोगों को बताऊंगी, यहाँ पे बताया जाता है that this study deals with the adaptation of animals, especially the insects in relation to chemical sources. Okay, after that we have another one which we called as pedology. Pedology में पहले ही मैं आप लोगों को बताऊंगी कि ये बताया जाता है this is the study of soil. Okay, and here I will tell you this study is concerned with the types and nature of soil, whether the soil is acidic, saline, alkaline, rich in humus or chemicals, and its effects on organisms. That is called as pedology. Okay, after that we have another one which we call as ecogeography. Ecogeography में मैं आप लोगों को बताऊंगी, it deals with the role of environment on the distribution of plants and animals, and it is said that it is related with biogeography, which is concerned with the structural and functional relations of living organisms. Okay, after that we have another one which we call as eco-energetics. Eco-energetics में मैं आप लोगों को बताऊंगी, it is said that this study is mainly concerned with the concentration of energy and its flow in the organisms within an ecosystem, and it is said that the role of ecogenetics is quite significant. Once more I will tell you, when we move towards the eco-energetics, it is said that this study is mainly concerned with the concentration of energy and its flow in the organisms within an ecosystem, and it is said that the role of ecogenetics is quite significant. Okay, so here after that I will tell you that as far as the dimensions of environment is concerned, it is said that there are at least 3 dimensions of environment. Okay, 3 dimensions of environment, in which we have physical environment is there, biological environment is there, and social environment is also included in that. ओके, तो इसके अलावा मैं आप लोगों को बताऊंगी कि अगर हम मूव करेंगे एज फॉर एज द ह्यूमंस इफेक्ट ऑन एनवायरनमेंट, हियर आई विल टेल यू दैट द ग्रीडी नेचर ऑफ ह्यूमन, okay, the greedy nature of human is the fundamental sources for harmful effects on environment, in which I will tell you that the following are the effects faced by environment due to human activities, in which we will see that overpopulation is there, pollution is there, global warming is included in that. Yeah, I'll tell you here that climatic change, genetic modification, these are the points which are affected by humans on environment. First of all, we will discuss about the overpopulation. Here I will tell you, if we'll move towards the overpopulation, the population of humans have grown to an extent where the environment is feeling burdens. Okay, and after that I'll tell you that the pollution, almost all the components of the environment are polluted due to human activities, and we know various types of pollutants like air pollution, thermal pollution, water pollution, that is all included as far as the pollution is concerned. And one of the points is that is called as global warming. Global warming में मैं आप लोगों को बताऊंगी that the temperature of the earth is rising, and this will cause melting of ice caps and rising of water levels of the water bodies like seas and oceans. Okay, one of the another point is that is called as climatic change. Climatic change में मैं आप लोगों को बताऊंगी the climate of different parts of the earth is changing. या जेनेटिक मॉडिफिकेशन आता है, जिसमें मैं आप लोगों को ये बताऊंगी कि जीन पूल ऑफ वेरियस लाइफ फॉर्म्स इज चेंजिंग, रिजल्टिंग इन मेनी प्रॉब्लम्स फॉर डिफरेंट लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स. या ऐसा भी है कि ह्यूमन एक्टिविटी से हम ये देखेंगे दैट द ओशन एसिडिफिकेशन भी होता है. हियर आई विल टेल यू दैट द वाटर ऑफ द ओशन इज बिकमिंग मोर एसिडिक and unfit for animals and plants living there. ओके एंड मैं आप लोगों को ये बताऊंगी कि अगर हम नज़र डालेंगे डिफॉरेस्ट्रेशन की ओर, हम ये बताएंगे दैट द फॉरेस्ट कवर इज डिमिनिशिंग, which is accelerating the global warming. ओके एंड अनदर पॉइंट अगर हम ये देखेंगे एंड दैट इज ओजोन डिप्लीशन. मैं आपको बताऊंगी इट इज सेड दैट द ब्लैंकेट ऑफ ओजोन सराउंडिंग द अर्थ इज थिनिंग और वैनिशिंग एट प्लेसेस. This is called as ozone depletion, and it will results in increase in concentration of ultraviolet rays in the Earth's atmosphere, and this is very harmful for living organisms. Okay, once more I will tell you if we move towards the ozone depletion, it is that the blanket of ozone surrounding the earth is thinning or vanishing at places, and this is called as ozone depletion, and it will result in increase in concentration of ultraviolet rays in the earth's atmosphere, and this is very harmful for living organisms. ओके तो हाँ, एक और चीज़ मैं आपको बताऊंगी कि हम वर्ल्ड एनवायरमेंटल डे मनाते हैं, जो ये हम सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, दैट वी सेलिब्रेटेड ऑन 5th of June. This day corresponds with the day on which UN Conferences of Human Environment was held in Stockholm in 1972, and it laid stress on the development of environmental education as one of the most powerful instrument in all out attack of environmental crisis. Once more I will tell you, ये जो है कि environmental day that we will celebrate on 5th of June, and it is said that this day corresponds with the day on which UN conferences on human environment was held in Stockholm in 1972, and it is said that it laid stress on the development of environmental education as one of the most powerful instrument in all out attack on environmental crisis. Okay, this is all for today's lecture. We will meet again in next lecture. Till then, goodbye.